What is up, YouTube? That's here. I'm back playing more Patreon VGC 2022 Series 12 Sword and Shield rental teams. Today, we're using a team submitted by Viking VGC, one of two teams. They have two teams we're using over the course of this week, and this team features Mandibuzz, Solgaleo, and Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo. With Rockhead safety goggles, I think it's an absolutely massive head smash, and it doesn't take recoil thanks to Rockhead. It has Sucker Punch to enable the Solgaleo. It has Helping Hand to be paired with like Ogre and Rillaboom and a couple other mons, and a good old-fashioned Protect. I think this is actually a really unique team. You don't really see Mandibuzz that often. Normally you'd see like a Yveltal or even a Galarian Moltres. You don't really see Sudowoodo either, right? So obviously the standard core of like Vested Ogre's good. I think Incin's solid. Rillaboom is going to be a requirement just because things like Solgaleo, Mandibuzz, Incineroar, Kyogre, Sudowoodo all struggle with Kyogre. So Rillaboom's a really good option there just to seal up a Kyogre matchup. But yeah, I think this would be a lot of fun. I think Policyproc Solgaleo teams are always going to be good. And the more defensive that you make them, the more protects you add to these teams, the better they're going to be. Before we get into the games, I want to let you guys know the question today, and that is, do you guys want to see me go a little bit more in depth in like how I would fix these teams, talk about like tweaking EV spreads and just be a little bit more analytical, or do you guys just like seeing me use fun rentals? Because I feel like this is a good team where I probably could go in and mess with some of the EVs, move some of the moves around, and like talk about what I would change in the future. But also, it just looks like a fun team to play right out of the box, so we can just play some games with it. So let me know if you want to see more analytical stuff or just, you know, for more just games and stuff like that in the comments. And we're going to hop into the games and go right on the Master Ball ranked ladder and wish me luck. Here we go. All right, so our first game going up, Solgaleo Mirror Match. Sounds like a job for Foul Play Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz also has a pretty decent matchup against that Zapdos and probably the Ogre. So we'll see how we want to play this. Sudowoodo, how valuable are you? I wonder if it's like a Misty Seed Zapdos. That's how I would be playing Zapdos here. Let's see. You could just go like Torn Ogre. It could be Brutal Swing on the Torn as well. So I think you have to lead Incin here. And go like Incin, Mandibuzz, Fake Out, Tailwind, Trade. No, I don't really like that. Bring Rill. We're definitely going to bring the Rill in the back. I guess we also have to bring our Soul. What if we actually just went like Sudowoodo Soul and just like one-shotted everything? Brought the Rill in the back to deal with the Ogre. And then like, let's see. I guess we just bring our own Ogre. Because you don't have a Rill of your own, you just have Zap. Which is like, okay. I think that's probably the best that we're going to get. This is our first game with the team, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's a bunch of little things about this team that I like. There's also a bunch of little things about this team that I think could be done a little bit better. I think the Sudowoodo set with like Rockhead and Safety Goggles, like I think Sturdy's a better ability on Sudowoodo. I don't think you need the Head Smash. That's just my opinion. So we'll see how we're gonna play it here. I mean, do I just max the Sudowoodo, bro? Do I just max Sudowoodo, bro? I'm thinking about it. Let's actually think about this. Head Smash, Sucker Punch, Helping Hand. I mean, I could just Helping Hand to Oak with the Zap, but like, realistically, like, this is a big move. I think I'm gonna Head Smash. I think I'm gonna double Head Smash into the Zap slot. And of course, Rock Ball, because we're gonna break the Sash on the Torn. Unless I actually, no, I think that's fine. And this Soul should be faster. So like if they go for like a Heat Wave, like a Policy, they'd proc my Policy with the Heat Wave. Max Flare, I mean. And then this would basically be able to KO. And then we would redirect our Head Smash into the Torn and get a double KO here. So that's the idea. And then we're going to have a big Zap on the board. Or sorry, a big Soul on the board. And ready, willing, and able to deal with the Ogre in the back. With our Rilla. So I think we got shots here. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, if you go Max Flare Tailwind, I'm in a good spot. No way they go for that though, right? Like that just feels like a loss, especially because you're still on the Pseudo. Maybe you're going after the Pseudo. Like if you're lightninging the Sudowoodo, that would, you know, talk about how like maybe you know that Sash Sudowoodo set or Sturdy Sudowoodo set might be just a little bit more value. Hurricane, raw Hurricane into the Pseudo, bro. Leave my Pseudo out of this, buddy. Flare, Lightning. Alright, so the Sash wouldn't have helped. Pseudo was too big of a threat, yo. They didn't want that pseudo mix-up. Let's see how much damage we do here. Poor Sudowoodo, man. And I guess we could have policy procced our soul and just one-shot of the zap, but like realistically, I don't think that it's that big of a deal. I thought that Hurricane could have also missed, you know? So right play just to bring out Ogre and then switch out and mitigate the damage? Yeah, it is. So you bring out the Ogre, switch in the Rilla to Soak. Yeah, I don't hate that. And we're actually going to go after the Torn this turn. Because we want it off the board for when it's time to use Rilla. Because the Zap's like low-key ticking out. So we're going to switch in the Rilla. This will put the Zap, like after the Life Orb and Rocks tick, it'll be within range for our Grassy Glide. Because we have a Misty, sorry, we have the Miracle Seed. Cool. Hopefully they don't just Hurricane my Kyogre slot, but you never really know. So Grassy Surge is going to be up. Survey says, don't Hurricane my Rilla, bro. Tailwind. Awesome. That's what I figured. So we're going to just get rid of all their speed control. And this should be at the Lightning. Awesome. Thank you for no Airstream. It does a lot, but it's not like it gets the KO. Oh, shit. I'm an idiot. This takes away the terrain. I can't use Grassy Glide. The terrain. That was a good play from them then. Let's see. Who are they going to send out? It's a good question, right? Who are they going to send out here? Realistically, I only need Rilla to be alive to like KO their Kyogre. So like I need to keep the Rilla alive. But I don't need to do that much else with it. I can KO the Zap this turn. There's not that much they can do about that. I can just KO the Zap, switch in my Ogre, I guess. Hitmontop. Yeah, that's definitely what we're doing. Surprised to see Hitmontop there. That means that maybe they don't have Ogre. I think Ogre's like a good mon here because the Gorilla doesn't have its terrain. Like, this is a good turn to use it. Maybe they brought Feeny. Huh. Yeah, we switch in the Kyogre. Let me think about this. Do I care more about that Hitmontop or about Kyogre? Because like I can just get that thing off the board right now like a Steel Spike, I'm pretty sure. I'll still just Rockfall. I want the Zap off the board. Zap's just a little bit of a bully right now. So let's see how this goes. Rain, rain, go away every single turn. That's the way. Max Guard. Good play. There's nothing wrong with that. And I want to see if they're close combating my Kyogre slot. Fake Out. So Fake Out Max Guard. The reason why that's actually still a good play. Just because you need to stop the soul from being able to just one-shot the Zap. So good play. This is one of those few situations where I'm actually kind of happy to have Stone Edge because like Wide Guard's a pretty obvious play on the Hitmontop this turn. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Wide Guard play. I think I'm just going to let them do whatever they want and finish off the Zap. Ooh, we have Ice Beam. Cool. I can actually just use Ice Beam then. Ice Beam and Sunsteel will probably take out the Zap if I needed to. Because I'd rather... No, I'll go for the Origin Pulse. I don't think there's a problem with it. If you want a Wide Guard, you can. And we'd have to hit a Stone Edge then. So like Wide Guard, Thunderbolt trade with Ogre. Helping Hand's fine. You can kill the Ogre if you want, as long as at my Stone Edge we're good. Into the Soul, huh? Oh, that para though, that sucks. That do be sucking. Origin Pulse hits. Cool. Stone Edge is not going to do anything to this Hitmontop. But Origin Pulse will. Yeah, Stone Edge might be able to get the carry here if we crit. Let's go. That eject button. Oh. Yo, who's coming in on the smoke damage? I think they still have their soul, right? So that's an issue. But they're out of max turns. So like, oh, it's Feeny. It was Feeny, like I said. Okay, let me hit this. Let me hit this. Bum ba dum bum. Come on. And Stone Edge. Stone miss. Unlucky. Oh, well, that would have done a lot. Because, like, Soul Glow is not affected by the Clear Metal Body. The Intimidate, sorry. Yeah, my words are all over the place today. Yeah, they have, like, access to a lot of good stuff here. Let's think about the right play. We still have the roll in the back. Roll can win that Feeny no matter what. So we just want to do everything in our power to get this Hitmontop gone. If they start setting Calm Minds, it doesn't matter. We're just bringing Rilla, you know? SP's fine. Should be fine. And see, Hitmontop's dicey, man. He has, like, fake outs. He has Sucker Punches, Helping Hands. He has all the smoke. And we don't want to deal with any of that. And let's just go for an Ice Beam. Hopefully gets the KO here. Yeet. Cool. Hitmontop goes down. And then it's just, good old Rilla Kyogre versus Feeny. So we should be able to get this. Don't know anything about the Feeny set. We're just going to go for a Spout Fake Out. They're probably going to Protect. We're going to use this turn to restore health on both of our Mons. And then next turn we'll just go Grassy Glide. Probably an Origin Pulse or something. They might be like a vested Feeny. I wouldn't be that surprised. Oh, we have Thunder. I didn't know we had Thunder. Still right to go for the Fake Out here, though. If you have Protect, you use it here, obviously. I just want to restore health. Oh, see, it might be that vested set I was talking about. You never really know with Feenies. So, big damage here. We're going to be able to see if it's lefties at the end of this turn. And again, we could have already seen if it was lefties if we hit that Stone Edge. Yo, paralyzing a Feeny is something you don't see very often. You don't see it very often. Feels great, man. And that's grassy terrain. Are we going to see lefties as well? So they do have lefties, so they should have just protected that. That's their fault then. But yeah, I think Vested Feeny is like a very underrated pick right now. It's just a lot bulkier than people think. And just a pretty solid mon. There's no way to wait this out. So they can protect here, then we just do it next turn. And now they have to risk being like hit by Para and stuff like that. So we're going to take those wins. I wish that Pseudo had a little bit more of an impact. Maybe I should have gone for the Sucker Punch play. But yeah, I really think that Sudowoodo is a really, really unique mon. And I think its best ability is probably Sturdy. Not that it would have helped us in that exact situation. But if you're not going to use Sturdy, maybe think about using like a Rockhead Sash set. Because I also don't think this team uses a Sash. But we're going to go in another game and see if we can make more use of Sudowoodo in the next one. So here we go. Alright, Dialga. Sounds like a job for Max Quake. Also sounds like a job for Snarl Mandibuzz. And you know what? Sudowoodo's doing stuff too. Let's see. Do we want to just go Sudowoodo? I think I want to try that again. I want to try this again. I think those are both good. You have a Kyogre, I got to bring Rilla. Them's the rules. I don't make them. Incin's really nice. Mandibuzz is nice. I think you got to bring the Kyogre just because you have like double Genies. But I'm not a fan of like Kyogre without like accurate either terrain protection. Like they're usually I like pairing Kyogres with Entities so you don't just lose to Rillas. You know, I'm not going to bring the Kyogre. I don't think it's the right play. I guess that means Incin. But I'm also not a fan of Incin versus other Ogres. So we'll see how this works. But yeah, normally when I like to play Kyogre, you want to put it with some sort of redirection that you can use to stop grass types, so not Rage Powders. That means like Follow Me users. You need ways to not lose to Rillaboom. And it could simply be like change with the terrain as well. So just my 2 cents. I think that it's just hard to use Kyogre because it gets checked by like a non-restricted Mon. So let's see what they want to lead with. We know they're going to have the Rilla in the back, right? Or somewhere. They got the Rilla somewhere. So Dialga Kyogre double restricted. Now I wonder where the best is. We can one-shot one of these guys. We outspeed the Dialga. I think I'm going to try and one-shot the Dialga with a Sucker Punch Policy Proc. It's so weird that Sudowoodo even works like this, because it has like good attack investment too. I think the Sudowoodo set has a good amount of attack. This Sucker Punch is going to freaking hurt. But I think it's going to be fine. It's probably a vested Ogre too. It'd be so much more value probably to just go after the Kyogre, but I think it's the right play. I'd like to get this Dialga off the board because we also want to respect Trick Room. If they just go like max Kyogre and try and trick Miss Dialga, like we got nothing. So we got to go for this play. You can also just switch in your Lando here, and I'm big sad. I'm so happy they're not switching. Oh my gosh. Sometimes lucky me. Now, remember, like I said, the Sucker Punch is going to do a decent amount to our soul, but we're going to be counteracting it with the fact that this should be giving us a Spadef boost. So we shouldn't be getting absolutely washed by Ogre, unless it's like a Scarf Ogre set. That'd do about 60%. So we'll see how they want to play it, you know. Who are you maxing? This is a fast soul. so it doesn't have to worry about like losing speed ties against maxes. It's in a Pokeball. I don't know if we Oko Dialga. Alright, there's a Dialga Max, okay. We'll see. We will see. How bulky are you? Are you a Life Orb set? Are you a more aggressive set? An Admin Orb set? Sucker Punch Policy procking it up. It's a good amount of damage, right? It's a good amount of damage. Sucker Punch Policy proc with the Sudowoodo swag here. And it is Scarf Ogre. I was able to scout that out. I was able to scout it out. What can I say? I was like, nah, that's a... And it looks like it's a Timid Ogre. That's the only reason why it didn't do about 60 to about 50. And KO? No, not even close. Yeah. It's a lot of damage. They're probably going to Quake me back, but then we just bring out Orilla. And then we're good. Steel Spike. Ooh! Okay, they doubled into Pseudo then. That's why they did that. They doubled into Pseudo. Let's see. There's two ways we can play this right now. We could bring up the Orilla and try our best to scare away the Ogre. Or we could, like, bring out our Incin and just disrespect the fact. No, they would just leave the Ogre in. So we have to bring in the Rilla. One thing when I like playing Rilla, I like using U-turn. So I would think about cutting the high horsepower for U-turn since you're not really ever going to max the Rilla slot. So you can just keep up tempo. Because imagine if I kept up the tempo and was able to, like, have a secondary fake out ready while killing the Dialga. Because, like, we can force the Kyogre to switch. We can U-turn, bring in Incin, get Intimidate up, and have, like, a really, really good pin for the next turn up. As it stands right now, there's nothing really wrong with me just Grassy Gliding this Kyogre slot then. They're probably going to be switching in their Lando or maybe their Torn. Grassy Glide just more damage versus those than Fake Out is anyway. So we'll do that. And we'll be able to take out this Dialga. If they want to switch out Dialga for Lando, they can. But we know that Kyogre's Scarfed. Actually, we don't know. Yeah, we do. We do know the Kyogre's Scarfed. Yeah, it's the only way it's faster than this. There's their Rilla. Okay. So they're going to be doing every possible thing in their power. Oh my gosh, they just switched out a Maxmon. Okay. Cool. Works for me. All we gotta do is make sure this last max turn that we have counts. We're gonna Steel Spike that Rilla slot most likely. Right now, EQ just doesn't do the damage right now. So let's think about this. This is a good play from them. Good damage here. It's also got rid of the boost that they got. They're really big pain. They're gonna throw everything they can at this Rilla slot because the Rilla is the only check I have for their Kyogre. This is where, like I talked about the U-turn. Imagine if I had an Incin right here and had a double Intimidate on both those mons. You see how value that would have been? I can Steel Spike the Lando. It can protect. Yeah, you gotta switch in the Incin. I'm not a big fan, but it is what it is. They could fly Lando, but we outspeed. So I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna go for the... I'm gonna get this Lando off the board. I have an Incin. I have a Soul. This Policy procced already, so I'm not afraid of anything that Rilla has to throw at me realistically. Yeah, we're switching out Rilla for Kyogre here. I think I made the right play. Or Dialga, same thing. They're just trying to waste time. And I will not let them have it. And we'll have a Fake Out up for next turn if they want to bring out the Kyogre here. They could fly, but we should outspeed. Soul goes on 97 base speed. Lando's on 91. I think his Soul has 244 speed, so it should be outspeeding anything Lando wants to throw. And they're probably going for an EQ. So I'd like to just get that guy off the board. Yeah. And obviously EQ would be mitigated by the Grassy Terrain, but like I also could just take it out. You know what I mean? Like that's value. You have to bring your Rilla out here, which I think is good for me. You can only Fake Out one of my guys. And let's see how I want to do this. I get some Grassy Terrain healing. It's a good looking turn. I think you're probably going to Fake Out my Soul. I don't know what your dog is going to do. Trick Room, maybe? Hard to say. I can just Protect. I think I can just go Protect Parting or Protect, like, Flare Blitz or something. I wonder if Flare Blitz would even have to KO a Dialga right here. I actually wasn't paying attention to see if the Dialga had a Life Orb. We can just trade Fake Outs, actually. I don't think there's a problem with that. This should KO your Dialga. Hopefully this doesn't go bad for me. I'm actually going to go after the Rilla. I'm going to go for the greedier play. I don't know how much speed our Incin has. I don't know how much speed their Rilla has. But if you Fake Out my Soul and I Fake your Dialga, I'm fine. Because then next turn I just do whatever I want. Yeah, they're fake outing, or so we're just trading fake outs. Cool, that works for me. I don't think that's a problem at all. Because I just want to wait out the rain. That's what I'm trying to do here. So I can just forward what's the Dialga next turn, because then next turn I can just go Sunsteel into the Rilla and forward what's into the Dialga and get the KO. Hopefully this Instant set has a decent amount of attack. This is the last turn rain, isn't it? I guess I could Parting. How many turns are on grassy terrain? 2. We actually need to always make sure that our grassy terrain reactivates correctly, so we actually don't want to lose our Incin anytime soon. I don't like this very much. We don't want a Parting either, it's just not worth it. I'm not afraid of Rilla. I think you have to do it just like this. This is a weird looking play. I think it's the only play I have though. I don't want to eat. All right, cool. I'm so happy to do this actually. Just because I want to stick damage into that Kyogre to make it so spouts just don't do as much. And the protect real about this. I look like I'm literally 5-heading right now. This is so much damage. Yeah, I feel if that Rilla had like high horsepowers and stuff, it'd be using it, right? Which doesn't have it. Gosh, it looks so good at this game. That was just a lucky turn for me. And now the protect on the Rilla's down, so I can just go into it this turn. And the rain's over. Cool. I'm just going to Parting the Kyogre and Sunsteel the Rilla. Let me think about that. Do I want to do it like that? I can just take out your Ogre right now, and then you don't have any tools to be able to beat my Incin. I can actually do it like this. I can Foil Blitz there and Sunsteel the Kyogre slot. I like this a little bit better. Because if I get the Kyogre off the board, it doesn't really matter what your Rilla does, because you just can't break me anymore. And the Kyogre could switch in for the Dialga, but then I get a free KO on your Dialga. Because at this point, this kind of stops double protects. Okay, they're nuking. They're trying to nuke the Soul with like an Origin Pulse or something. Yeah. Hey, go nuts, Chief. Miss on the Sim, we take those. This shouldn't KO us, right? We still have the Spadef boost from our Quake earlier. Yep. It wouldn't kill the Incin either, just because it's not rain boosted anymore. So we should be able to get a double KO here, I think. If our Incin has enough attack investment. Eat that one. Okay, Kyogre goes down. And again, I don't know how much attack our Incin actually has, but I usually like running my Incin with about 100 attack and Adamant. So they can, my Incin would have been able to get that KO. I wonder how much, let me see, I don't know where my phone is. There it is. Let me actually just check. I have the paste over here. Okay, paste. It looks like the Incin only has 4 attack. Yeah, so I like Incins with a little bit more attack. That's my personal preference, but there's nothing wrong with this at all. It's a very bulky Incin. Like that Kyogre wouldn't have done anything here. Dialga can come out and chill, but like realistically, we can just use EQ here. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with EQ. There's no way that really could take us out. He doesn't even have terrain anymore. Solgaleo taking out everyone. Shookaberry and Sin survives. Value. Oh my gosh. Yo, that's funny. Oh, the Rilla survived too. That's really, really funny. But the Incin lives, so like we're good. You don't see that one very, very frequently. The self-policy. He did have high horsepower. I feel like if he had high horsepower, he should have been using that, like weaving those in all game. But we'll stay alive and take these wins. Sudowoodo worked better, and I think that's because I tried to play the Sudowoodo more like it was submitted with the team. You have it for helping hands if you need it. It's obviously there to go for the Sucker Punch, and it's just additional coverage with that big head smash if you need it. So, you know, we adapted a little bit, and I tried to put myself in the shoes of the person that submitted it, but yeah, really, really cool team. And let's do one more game, because I feel like I'm on a win streak right now. All right, here we go. More Ogre. So that means we're going to have to bring Rilla in the back. We're going to have to deal with that Thundy. I think they're probably going to want to go Thundy early. So they're probably going to go a mixture of like Thundy Ogre, Thundy Zacian, or like Thundy and Sin. And then once I can get past like phase 1 of that, I can go into phase 2 where I switch around and finish off like I get them in a pin where they waste a protect or something like that, and then in phase 3 I can just come in with a Rilla and just go for a Miracle Seed into the Kyogres. So we need to bring the Rilla. I mean, I like the Sudowoodo, man. It's a cool mon. I'm gonna bring Sudowoodo, and I'm gonna bring Soul. Let me think about what would happen if I want. Yeah, I think this is fine. And then we bring the Ogre and then the Rilla. I would have liked to use more Mana Buzz, but like, I feel Mana Buzz is only really good if we're baiting specific electric attacks, and in reality, Mana Buzz isn't that great versus like Zacian or Ogre. It's okay. I'd say it's better against like Calyrex Shadow and stuff like that. So the fact we haven't seen any of those means we haven't needed to use Mana Buzz. But I think we're doing okay here. Bulky Ogre is going to be fine. I don't think... I think they did have a Rilla, right? Didn't they also have a Rilla? That means it's going to be a little bit hard to use Sudowoodo and Ogre, but hopefully they don't lead with Rilla. Awesome. So they're not going to be going Thundy then, otherwise it would be in the lead. They have to respect my ability to use Wide Guard. I think that's very, very normal here, is Wide Guard. Do you know it'd be like an eject button Scarf Ogre? Like eject button switcheroo with the Scarf Ogre. They did have the Rilla. I'll just switch in Rilla. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do about that. I'm gonna save the Pseudo in the back. Nah, screw that. I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna play it like I want to. If we get eject button, we get eject buttoned. I'd love to hit this Ogre. I think this is the key to the matchup. And if I get the Sky off the board, I don't need my Rilla for anything else. And basically this Sudowoodo going down here is going to open up a spot for me to bring out something else next turn. So if I get a free switch into either my Rilla or like something else, that's great. They can obviously max their Ogre too and go for Tailwind and try and outvalue my Soul, but we'll see how that works. I can also just eject with me like I said. Alright, cool. So the best thing they have is Tailwind. And like, you can Tailwind here if you want. Next turn, I'm going to come in hot. Yeah, you gotta remember when you're fighting against Zacian teams, they have to max something. They always have to max something. The fact that we've got them to max this Ogre means you're gonna KO my Sudowoodo here. Or you're not. You're gonna go up to the Soul, leave the Sudowoodo. I just hard switch in the Rilla, drop a max guard. We're good to go. We're gonna be wasting your Tailwind turns. Rilla is a good pin versus both of those realistically. And yeah, you're gonna do probably like worst case scenario, it's like a modest Mystic Water, and it's gonna do about actually this Soul set's really aggressive. Maybe we'll take about 80%. Yeah. It's about 80%. And it's orbed. Okay. Not bad. So let's think about how I actually should be playing this. We put them back. That's a lot of damage, actually. Spadef boost on Soul, which means we won't go down to the Whims. There's two ways that we can do this. We can switch out Sudowoodo for Rilla to start giving our Soul some more health. I think I might have to do that. So we switch in here. Because we don't need to show that like we don't have a Sash. Switch in the Rilla. Hopefully they don't read this and go for a Hailstorm. And we're just going to max guard. And then this is getting us enough health to make sure Whims can't do anything. While also like pinning the Ogre. And then what we're actually going to do is like double into the Whims, I think. With like a fake out... with a fake out play. Fake out Steel Spike. That's my idea. Well, let's go. No Hailstorm. Energy Ball's fine. Don't have to care about that. Dude, they were going to mess that Sudowoodo up with that Energy Ball. Oof, a lot of damage. And the Geyser blocked. So right now we threaten the Kyogre, right? But realistically, they're running out of Tailwind turns. And what you should always be doing with your Tailwind setters is using Protect on them. So on the last turn of Tailwind, you Protect, which means if it's a Prankster Tailwind setter, you can then reapply Tailwind, right? So what they're probably going to want to do next turn is Protect. So we want to get the Whims off the board this turn. Yes, it might cost us one of our Mons, but like let's say they take out the Rilla. They make the correct play or whatever, they take out the Rilla. Let's say they don't take the bait and Protect. Because we know they can Protect. They've shown Life Orb. It's not best. If they take out the Rilla, next turn I just Protect Soul, and then Soul outspeeds again. Your Tailwind's gone. right? So we want to get the whims off the board if possible. That's like exactly what we want. They can outplay us a couple different ways here by protecting this turn with the whims. They're still going to lose their sash. But in reality, that ogre is big threatened right now. They switch out the whims. That's another really, really good play that a lot of people don't know, is that if you can maintain your tailwind setters, you're in such a good spot. Max guard. Hey, this is great for us. We're going to be able to get that Thundy off the board and then still pin with the Grassy Glide. Now, the problem here is that they could encore us into fake out. So what we're going to want to do is try our best to play around that. Let's see. How would we best play around that? We could just fodder the Sudowoodo and bring in... This is a hard situation to be in. If they bring out the whims, I'm gonna say that they're bringing it out to re-encore. 100%. There's nothing else that they could really be bringing it out for. So, if you're bringing Zacian, though, it's different. Alright, so they're Rilla. Okay. Okay. So they didn't bring Zacian. Is that a Seeds? Oh my gosh. So, in this situation, I think we're good. You can fake out my Rilla, but, like, I can just double protect this turn and then Grassy Glide out your Ogre, right? Yeah, there's your last turn Tailwind. You just gotta learn how to play defensively sometimes. You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to protect. Because right now they're thinking they can fake out, since they still have the Tailwind boost, they can fake out our Rilla before we can actually Grassy Glide their Ogre. And the way that I'm looking at this matchup is, yes, we still have a Sudowoodo, which is not great. Yes, we still have an Ogre, which is not great. But like we're gonna shove way too much damage down this Rilla's throat and over the next few turns, we're gonna be fine. Because he can't really break the soul. So next turn we'll just go Grassy Glide into the Kyogre. What they need to do here was switch out the Rilla this turn for Whimsicott to anticipate me going for double protect. Double protect. They're probably going like Ice Beams and stuff like that. Or maybe like Origin Fake Out's fine. Yeah, Ice Beam. You see, like, yeah, like they really wanted that Rilla off the board. This guy's like, oh man, no way. And I'm like, I know, right? I'm just that freaking good. So we should be able to take out the Kyogre. We should be able to take out the Rilla too. It has a defense boost. We don't know how bulky it is, but like our soul's fine. Yeah, the Tailwind's gone now. You can protect and try and bring your Whims in, but like, bro, you think I'm gonna let that happen? Not today. Let's go. Let us go. Protect Ogre, cool. This could go bad if like we don't get the KO here, but like, yeah, we'll see. I think this gets the KO on the Rilla into the defense boost because it's like a policy proc. I think I have 172 points in attack on this guy or something like that. Oh, it's only 92. Ooh, no, it's not getting that then. Yeah, it sucks. High horsepower will probably no, it's not gonna get the KO. Oh my gosh, that guy's thick. That's thick and good. That sucks. Rain has now stopped. We have our own Ogre, which I do not want to bring here. I really thought that would just do more damage. Oh, did we just bring out Sudowoodo? This is another time when, like, U-turn would have been really, really good on Rilla. Yeah, we're going to have to go for, like, helping hand boosted moves with Pseudo into the Rilla slot. I think that's probably our best play. We can do that, like, next turn. So we still have to go for the Grassy Glide into that slot, into that Ogre, and we'll just go for a Protect here. I just don't think the Rilla has anything, and if they want to, it's not going to be U-turn, right? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So Sash broke. I want to see if this is an eject button or Sash set. Awesome. There's no reason to just throw that Pokemon away, you know? They're going to re-Tailwind, but I don't think it's the end of the world. And I'm going to go Helping Hand Grassy Glide and lose my Rilla here. Oh, not my Rilla, my Sudowoodo slot. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, the grass is already gone. Okay, all right, so we just have to hard switch out the Rilla then. We have to. So Sudowoodo is going to probably go down here. Oh, that sucks so much. There's nothing we can realistically do. Like, I'll try and go for this play, the Head Smash into the Rilla, but like I don't think it's going to be value. We need to reset our Rilla's terrain. Like, we have to. So, I don't know if we also get KO'd by the Grassy Glide or the Energy Ball. Like, at the Energy Ball, they're not using Tailwind. And if they're not tailwinding, maybe I can just come in next turn and be a bully. So there's the energy ball into the pseudo. Live, buddy! Thick! Oh boy! Horsepower? No, the double. No, pseudo! Oh man, I'm so sad. Oh, that was so cool. We were so close, man. So close. Ah, never lucky pseudo, man. Had to do it. I had to do it just like that. You know, we had to switch the Rilla out so we can have enough Grassy Glides to actually take out their Kyogre in the back. Have to do just like this. Oh, that sucks, man. Poor pseudo. I should have just went like Sucker Punch or something. Got some damage in. I think we almost had that. We almost had it. They made such a good. That was such a good play. The double into it. It's a bulky pseudo set. There's no way they're switching out their Rilla here. Unless it doesn't have Protect. It's shown high horsepower. I'm sure it has Fake Out, Grassy Glide. It shouldn't have U-Turn because it's a seed set. So that last move should be Protect. It might be Knockoff. It's Protect, right? That was our only shot to win the game, was right there. Oh well. Because this basically gives them like a free energy ball and or Tailwind. They should have actually just went for the they should have actually just gone for the what is it? The energy ball. It's fine. I need to hit though. Cool. Let me think about this. I don't know if our Rilla can 1v1 their Rilla. How bulky are we? We're kind of bulky. I don't think our Ogre gets one-shotted by their Rilla, but like... I mean, our only out is like Ice Beam Rilla and Grassy Glide their Ogre. That's all we can do. I don't know if our Rilla gets, or if our Kyogre gets Oko by this. The Protect Kyogre, that's fine. They're wasting our time. If we get KO'd here, we lose. Like, that's literally it. Cool. We got it then. They had a crit. This Ogre has just enough bulk, which means it's made correctly. And I think we should be able to get their Rilla here. Oh, yes. That was such a close game. Such a close game. Pseudo did stuff. It did stuff, man. It policied the soul. It switched around. And every single time I bring the Pseudo out, it gets like massively respected. So that's cool. And then we'll take the wins. Cool team. I'm not a big fan of bringing like fake out users, you can tell, right? But I do think this team plays very, very well. And considering choosing like niche mounts like Sudowoodo in like every single game, I think it's really, really fun to play. And yeah, thank you so much for submitting it. I will say the only changes I would realistically make to this team, right? Let's go check out the rental code. The only changes I would realistically make is I would think about changing the pseudo set, but obviously it works, you know? Where is it? Right here. Like, Vested Ogre is Vested Ogre. If you're happy with that, that works. Incin works. I'm not a big fan of the Burning Jealousy on Incin personally. Not that we even brought it, but like, especially on teams like this, if you're going to have a tech move where you're not even really using it that much, I'd think about putting Protect there. I think Protect on Incin is very, very good. Miracle Seed Rilla, obviously, very, very good. The Rilla kind of plays a little bit like our Incin would play if we put Protect on it. The Pseudo works. Helping Hand, I feel, is a little bit okay. I bet that's there for Trick Room matchups. Like, you can just one-shot a Cali Ice if they want to go like redirect Trick Room with like an Entity. So I understand the use for Helping Hand. Sucker Punch was obviously good. Head Smash was good. I think realistically, because you're not using a Sash, also, little word of note, little like rule of thumb here. If you're ever using damage reduction berries and you're not just using a Focus Sash, you should be using a Focus Sash, even on bulkier mons, just so you can actually have those mons guarantee eat an attack at least once. Because like, believe it or not, like a Shucka Berry doesn't guarantee you eat an attack, especially if it's like a Cali Shadow turning you off and you get hit by like a teammate that they have, like a Lando or something, turning off your damage reduction berry. Same thing goes for the Mandibuzz. Like, Shadow Rider's #1 partner is a Lecky, so like, in those situations, or even on the Sudowoodo, I'd think about using... I would think about using a Focus Sash on it, just because you'd be able to guarantee get value of it in every single situation. Remember, Rockhead makes so you don't have to take that damage. You could also like take off the Rockhead, give it Sturdy, and give it just like Rock Slide or something like that. looking at this again, I also think like Stone Joiner might be another cool Pokemon to use instead of Pseudo. But yeah, I really think the Pseudo was a lot of fun. And Mandibuzz, we didn't really get to use Mandibuzz that much, but really, really cool Mandibuzz set. I think having Snarl, Taunt, Foul Play, Tailwind, all really cool stuff. Obviously, the Walkenberry is great against Elekis. Solgaleo was amazing as well. I had a question on the Solgaleo EV spread. I will just read off the EV spread. The EV spread says 132 HP, 92 attack, 4 defense, 36 Spadef, 244 speed with Jolly Nature. I think Solgaleo should still actually be going at 252 if you're going to be Jolly. Just so you're guaranteed not getting outsped by other Solgaleos. And basically, you know, like Zacian is like the 220 speed, right? And then like Calyrex Shadow is like a 222, Pheromosa is 223. And right now I think you're 224, but you want to outspeed that spot by 1 more, so you're outspeeding the people that are outspeeding Pheromosa by 1. So I would take 8 more points, output those in speed, just so you're guaranteed speed creeping things that speed creep Pheromosa, Calyrex, and Zacian. That's my biggest tip probably for this team. Stonehenge was cool. Other than that, yeah, cool team. Sudowoodo busted. And again, this is one of 2 teams that Viking VGC has submitted. I'm going to use the other one in a couple days, so be on the lookout for that. And thank you so much for submitting this team. I didn't think it was going to do as well as it did, and I had a lot of fun with it. So don't forget to answer the question of the day. Let me know if you want to like see me break down EV spreads a little bit more, go a little bit more in depth. I know I said that I was going to like talk about stuff like that a little bit more, but you know, I just kind of wanted to play some games. So let me know if you want to see just more of me playing games or more of me being a little more analytical. Let me know in the comments. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.